Hi, Sham. Thank you for doing this interview. Yeah, I'll give a brief introduction about yourself. Shama is an accomplished occupational therapist who earned a master's degree in advanced OT in pediatrics from KMCH, College of Occupational Therapy. And she has a work experience of 8 years, and she has been working with children, and she has a strong foundation in the field, and she holds various certification of various techniques, including classy eye sensory integration, DIR flow time approach, and kinesiotaping level 1 and 2, and actively participates in workshop to stay current. Sharma has been a team member of Dimensions since March 2019. Initially, she was a full time occupational therapist here, and now she is working in a consultant role. And she's working online, and she is based in South Korea. She is passionate about early intervention and parent training and strives to provide comprehensive care and support to her young patients and their families. Yeah, welcome Shama to the interview. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, thank you, Ida, for the brief introduction. I loved it. I'm happy to be part of Dimension. Yeah.
Okay, so I will go on to the interview now. Um, just get the questions. So, as an occupational therapist, you have received recognition from both families and the institute for being a loyal, for your loyalty and dedication. Can you tell me the two important things you learned after you started your journey with Dimensions?
Yeah. I have learned many things from Dimension, but the main thing I can say, I have started using more child-centered approaches while treating children with autism spectrum disorder and ADHD, learning disability, etc. And also I started learning specific documentation to make it more clear to the parents how the child is progressing, how the child's level is. We have developed a lot of Google Sheets, that and all I learned from Dimension.
So, in your opinion, what are the two most essential qualities that a person should possess while being part of an organization?
Yeah. An organization consists of different type of individuals, their skills, their interest, their temperament, everything will be different. And we are also dealing people with different personalities. So, and also special kids we are dealing with. So, we need that kind of patience while handling the people, and also a good teamwork is important, and because their interest and their skills, everything is different, everything is adding to the ultimate progress of the child. So that is important, I feel. And another thing is the respecting one another, even though it is colleagues or the parents or even the kids. So everything is important, I feel. Mm.
Could you explain the role of an occupational therapist to parents who may not have a clear understanding of what the profession entails?
Yeah, sure. Occupational therapy is a allied health profession. It's one of the major healthcare industry, and we treat people through therapeutic activities. We assess the people using clinical observation and various screening tools, and we design appropriate therapeutic activities based on the findings. And then we'll be continuing the therapy and will reevaluate their progress and will do further evaluation. And if it is required, we'll modify our therapy goal till the patient or client is getting discharged. And in occupational therapy, there are different specialities. One is advanced OT in pediatrics and ortho, neurology and mental health and hand rehabilitation and community rehabilitation, etc. And everything has its own roles, and the performance will be slightly change in the community aspect because we will be modifying the environment and person's adaptation skills and all. Will teach the person's wheelchair mobility, and all. That is absolutely different from the pediatric way of handling. And another thing I can say is occupation therapist is a major role is making the person independent in their life and achieving their functional performance within their limitation, because each person with a special need, they are depending somebody, they have a caregiver, but in that aspect the person is dependent. So we have to provide the adaptation strategies, and we are making the person trained to live in his own space independently.
Yeah. So, could you share with me 3 therapy activities that you particularly enjoy as an occupational therapist that parents can easily implement at home?
Yeah. I can say a few activities. That is what comes in my mind now. One is activities related using a ball because it is easy for children to access, and it is non-hurting object, and it is weightless, so they can easily play with the ball, and we can make create lot of fun with the ball while playing with the child. So, and it is a very good interactive tool also. And the second activity I prefer, uh, activities involving both sides of the body. Both sides of the body, if you're, it means we are using our both sides of the brain. It is in another way we are saying that bilateral integration activities. So that is another with it is any activity that we use to with using two hands, that is beats and string activities, and transferring activities, and collecting items with two hands and throwing. So these are bilateral activities, but according to each child, we have to modify the activities. That is very important. And third activity, I can say the physical activities for child, because it is relaxing activities for children. A child, they may not prefer to sit simply anywhere. They want to move. They prefer movement. So that is another activities I can physical activities in a large space. So it may be any movement activities we can use. That is rolling, running, jumping, and along with some meaningful toy also we have to provide. And we can provide wide varieties in the gross motor physical activities. So that is appropriate to the child, we have to modify it. So there is nothing specifically for everyone. Each child is different, their environment, skills, everything is different. So we have to modify accordingly.
So, you have been providing tele-interventions for occupational therapy for a while now. Can you share your experience as a tele-intervention occupational therapist?
Yeah, sure. We have started tele-interventions in 2020 when the COVID pandemic started. Initially, we didn't know that it will be helpful for the clients who is not able to reach the centers. But we started, it was helpful, and still we are continuing the tele-intervention practice in Dimension. So actually, as a occupational therapist, I am feeling it is very meaningful for the parents as well as for the children, because they are able to attend the therapy in their own home and with the parent. So that is very comfortable for the children. So they are not with a new person. So in that way, it is very good. And the second thing is, sometime children, they doesn't want parent to give the therapy. They want parent to be parent always, and those children will be attend therapy only with the parent, only with the therapist, and the mother should be mother. They should not take the role of a therapist. Some children are like that. So in those children, the teletherapy didn't work in my experience. But other children with learning disability, ADHD, and some children with autism spectrum disorder, they achieved their progress through tele-intervention. So I'm happy in that. And also I could transfer the therapist skill to parents so they are able to understand the child's better. And only one thing, the parent has to prepare the therapy setting in the home, like providing the adequate therapy materials. They have to keep it ready and make the child ready for the session. And another things I felt, like if a parent is unable to take a certain actions, like for some physical things, and so we can able to demonstrate through videos. And we are able, the therapist itself can demonstrate what to expect from the parent and what is expecting from the child, and we are able to guide the parent correctly. And we are able to make the connection with the child also in most of the cases. But if few children without eye contact, or they doesn't like to look at the screen, it matters only for certain activities it matters, but otherwise we are able to do successfully tele-intervention. I'm happy about that.
Okay. Yeah. So next is, what is your advice to young budding occupational therapists?
Yeah, actually, it's a very good question. I happy to hear that. Uh, Occupational therapy is a noble profession, so it has its own responsibilities and values, and we are able to help many people, and we feel satisfied with our life as an occupational therapist. So I would like to tell the new occupational therapist, we have to be update with our knowledge, because the trends, the therapy trends, it is changing every year. We have to be updated with that. Otherwise, we will not we won't able to give the right model of therapy to our clients. And we have to keep update ourselves by attending different workshops or reading journals, and new books, related books about occupational therapy and the conditions. Because now every time the science are changing, a lot of researches are happening, so we should be aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, what are some of the most rewarding aspects of your work as an occupational therapist, and how do you stay motivated and engaged in your practice over time?
Yeah, actually, the profession itself highly motivating me to deal with the problems of different challenges of various children. So I'm happy in that way. And the second thing is, when I'm engaged with my profession, I think I'm not able to get much time unnecessarily, because we are focused in that we have to do a lot of responsibilities. We are designing our goals, and we active designing our different activities, and we are modifying the things. And the motivating thing is how the child is progressing, how much they improved. We are getting that knowledge, and also the caregiver or the child is understanding, I could do better, the child could do better. That itself the motivation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, those are the questions. Thank you,
yeah,
Shama,
thank
for
you,
doing
Aida.
this interview. Yeah, I think the parents will get something, and also other professionals will also relate to your interview and get more what they need from this interview. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you so much, Aida.
Yeah, okay.